Toby, your reflections on that?
Reflections on that. Bitterly disappointed, frustrated. Not just mine, the teams really, because it was. I don't want to be disrespectful to. I thought Gloucester were very good, to be fair, and deserved to win. So I just frustrating around are some of the elements of our own performance which didn't stand up probably well enough as we would have liked them to, and that made for a frustrating evening, because when you're in cup rugby you need to make sure you control your controllables better, and deal with pressure, because that's what the name is. It's a, I'm not going to sit here and go, oh, it's a great learning curve. It is a great learning curve, but I don't want to focus on that, because we were here, we had an opportunity to move forward, and we've not taken that, and that's really frustrating. The plus side is the fact that we've gone one step further than last time in a knockout competition, so when the dust settles we'll probably reflect on progress, but the overriding emotion is disappointing, because I don't think we were as good as we could have been tonight.
You've gone alongside the referee, quite a few penalties conceded. What do you think of the discipline? Was it because of that pressure Gloucester were putting on you?
Yeah, it's a new experience. Away from home, full house, King's Home's a new experience for a lot of people, and so I shouldn't be surprised around that. But it's the nature of them, So you want to be able to control your environment better. And if you look at some of the, the penalties, offside penalties, it's just, so people don't have to work very hard for it. You want to make people work hard for it. We knew it was going to be tough. I've known George Skivington a long time. Coached him for England, so I know George as well. I know, and his team reflected. I knew they were going to be tenacious. I knew the breakdown. We knew the breakdown was going to be tough. I knew the set piece battle was going to be tough. There were no surprises enough. We just didn't have enough of the answers on the accuracy front.
14-13 half time. Do you think you were well in it then?
Yeah, but those errors were still there. Those errors were still there in the first half. And then obviously straight after half time the same things continued, and that's a credit to Gloucester, because they've created that pressure, those pressure moments, and that's the sort of game, once you get to 7-10 points in front, it's very difficult to claw back, because they then go into field position mode and they squeeze, and you keep squeezing, and then once you're chasing and the clock starts to take over, it starts to play with your clarity and your ability to make decisions under pressure, and you've got to try and break the spell a bit, and credit to them, we couldn't break it.
No time to rest. You switch attention now. Top 8 place, URC. You go to South Africa in a few days. Tough schedule.
Yeah, tough schedule, but I'd rather be in a tough schedule with something to play for than not with anything to play for. We've just spoken as a team in there around emotional and physical recovery. We're not going to do too much before we go to South Africa, because we can't, with the numbers and the physical element to what we're going to do. But once we land in South Africa, we've got to be, leaving the past behind us and getting on with the new, because that's all we can do now.
How do you lift them? Because some of the players look quite dejected there, obviously.
Yeah, and it shows they care, right? And they do, and we all do, and the fans do. And the supporters that have travelled today, like they did last week, they were fantastic. And the disappointing thing is that we probably not delivered our very best, and that's really frustrating when it matters. So, look, I know that they'll forgive us, because they're supporters, but the disappointment that you see on everyone's faces, and probably mine as well, is because we care about it, and we saw there was a real opportunity, and we'd earned the opportunity. So to not be at your best is frustrating, but it's ancient history now. We've got to move on.
Looks like you pretty much take everyone who's fit to South Africa in terms of what you've got available. Will that include Jack Morgan and Derry Lake?
It will, yeah, for sure. So that's a welcome addition coming back, in the next few weeks. So that will certainly help and take the pressure off the squad, and we'll probably pick up with the Cheetahs boys over there. Both our youngsters that are over there, but also the boys that have been over there this year.